Hello and welcome to a pre-calculus test review video. This video is titled Solving Rational Inequalities, but a very important place to start is just some basic graphing. As a reminder, if you see a horizontal line, right, if I ask you to graph that, something like 4, that's just, through y equals 4. Lots of little graphing things here. Then as we get into lines, x plus 5, that's a diagonal line. The question is, where does it hit the x-axis? Set that bad boy equal to 0. X plus 5 equals 0. X equals negative 5. So, just mark that negative 5. Boom. As long as I get a diagonal line. Parabolas. Oh, didn't give myself an equation. Let's do x minus 2, y equals x minus 2, times x plus 4. This is, the parabola is the more swooping shape. I'm going to go through negative 4 and positive 2. So I'm just swapping those.
You don't have notes, take a photo of this.
Right? And again, as long as I like to give it a more diagonal shape, but as long as I go through positive 2 and negative 4, I'm fine. Bounce roots with parabolas. Bounce roots, parabolas. All right, so now we're talking about y equals, x minus 8 squared. That square is what gives us the root, the bounce aspect. But I'm still a parabola facing upwards, bouncing at x equals 8. Not negative 8, right? That's negative 8, but that's fine. Woo! Woo! And for your purposes today, this guy can just never be negative. Now, we're not quite ready for that. Where's this? Cubics. So if there are 3 x's in factored form, you should be prepared to handle this. My roots are negative 1 and positive 7. This is a cubic because I have 3 total x's, right? I count this one twice. Not going to get too complicated. I'm just going to go through negative 1 and bounce at 7. Of course, there will be another video on graphing. All right. If you can graph all those, hopefully they were a little bit easy. I would definitely go back and screenshot them if they weren't, but these, this is the baseline expectation of what you can graph. Why is this important? Because you're going to encounter a problem like this. Solve the following inequality. First thing I'm going to do, make sure that I'm all factored, right? So this isn't a video on factoring. X plus 4, x minus 7, right? But I am going to graph both of these. X minus 4, that's a line that goes through at positive 4. So on my graph, right, the first thing I'm going to do to solve an inequality like this, graph 4, that's my numerator. This red is just a graph of my numerator, right? Let me get a little key right there. My denominator is a parabola with roots at negative 4 and positive 7. 7, negative 4. Give myself a little bit of this. And it's an ugly, but it's good. All right. Solve the following inequality. So I have x minus 4 over x plus 4 times x minus 7. I want this to be greater than 0. So the question is, where are my graphs on the same side of the axis? And I'm going to check. I'm pretty much just going to draw dotted lines through here, through all my different roots. Those are going to be my gaps, right? I need to check over here, in the middle here, here, and then off to the end. Don't forget to check the ends. So to the left of negative 4 over here, my blue line and my red line are on opposite sides. I don't like that. I want them to be on the same side because a positive divided by a negative or a negative divided by a positive will be negative. I want to be positive because I want to be greater than 0. Conversely, from negative 4 to positive 4, both of my graphs are negative. They're below the x-axis. So I like that. But then back here in between 4 and 7, red line is above, blue line is below. That's bad, right? If I pick a value here like 5, right, and I plug 5 into this inequality, I will get a number less than 0, right? right? 5 minus 4 over 5 plus 4, 5 minus 4, 5 minus 7, excuse me. 5 minus 4 is 1 over 9 times negative 2. This is, that's negative 1 over 18. That's bad, right? That tells me I do not want to be at 5. So now I've crossed off this. I like this middle part from negative 4 to 4. Now 7. Everything after 7 is going to be fine. What's the number after 7? How about 8? What if I plug in 8? I get 8 minus 4 over 8 plus 4, 8 minus 7. This is 4 over 12 times 1. That's greater than 0. It's a small fraction, but it's greater than 0. I like that. So I like that, right? If you're unsure, you can always test. Now, I know my gaps that I like. Now let's write my inequalities, right? Because that's what your solution will look like. I really like the gap in between negative 4 and 4. So x is greater than negative 4, but less than 4. That's one of mine. And I also like this guy here. So I'm going to do and x is greater than 7, right? Any value of x that is greater than 7 is good. Any value between negative 4 and 4 is good. Keep in mind, on your test, we're not going to worry about less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Just worry about if this is greater than or equal to. Watch this video a few times. I talked very fast. Have a good day.